ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm John Gray, and I'm just plain living today.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton, and I'm just plain living too. How about you?
Well, I'm Jim Fuller, and I'm just plain glad to be here.
You're just plain.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, there's nothing plain about that.
Jimmy, I know.
He's top
It is
notch.
good to be here, though, and it's September already. I can't believe it. Leaves
September?
are almost falling.
Unbelievable.
It's hot, though. Summer's finally gotten here. I'm burning up this morning.
Yeah, and that's just happening in the
I'm
last
on
couple
fire.
of weeks, isn't it?
You are hot.
I'm
hot
on
number.
fire.
No doubt about
Hot
it.
number. Yeah, I'm a hot number. All right. You know, I'll be, what is today? The 2nd?
2nd of
Second,
September,
yes.
2014.
2nd. So when's the 7th? On Sunday?
7th is
Probably,
3, 4,
Sunday.
5.
Sunday. I'll be married 40 years
Will you really?
to my lovely bride on September the 7th. 40 years that she has put up with me.
that's amazing.
That takes more courage than I can ever even imagine.
For somebody to put up with you
Put
for
up
that
with me
long?
for 40 years.
I agree with that, John. I will agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what you're going to
You
get.
know, I've been married 45 years, but just to multiple women, not the same one.
Sometimes when you're married to the same one, it's multiple women. Haven't you noticed
Yeah, oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I wake up with a different woman every day.
Have you ever written that as a song?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I thought you had.
Sometimes I know she's got her reasons and I can't find the right thing to say. I try to do something special. It always turns out wrong because I wake up with a different woman every day.
You just never know, do you?
Some days are good, some days are tough. Never know how it's going to go till the sun comes up. No need to roam and cheat with them wondering eyes. It'd be the same damn thing with a strange woman by your side. Some days are good, some days are tough. One day love, the next day space, the next day she's all up in my face, and this old boy ain't got a clue. Which one of her do I make up to?
That's a great song.
Yeah, it is.
Some days are good, some days are tough.
Do you just wake up in the night sometimes and write things like that down?
Yeah.
I mean, I've often wondered when people get inspiration, I feel like you need to write it right then.
Well, and I've tried everything from having a sound activated, voice activated recorder there
Yeah.
where you can pick it up, keep a tablet by the bed. It really doesn't do any good because you'll say 2 or 3 words and then
And
it's
you
all
lose it. It all
then it's
just-
all blah blah blah.
Well, I did that for a while. And
Or your pencil, you have words and it just goes off the
Off
edge
on
of the
the table.
page.
I've done that before,
I've
and
done that a
then
lot,
woke up
yeah.
the next morning and looked at it, and I couldn't read it.
what is, and it's going,
So I figured out, and you know, it's amazing though. I'm not really good with melodies as far as being able to play them.
yeah.
But I have pretty good melodies run through my head, and I'll be dreaming, and I'll have this melody in my head that is as good as anything Bernie Taupin could write, and
just can't
or Elton
squeeze it
John,
out.
and I wake up the next morning
It's gone.
and it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about people that write it a little bit. John writes a lot, I write a little. But, you know, if you don't know music, I mean, if you can't write it down, it's tough because you
It's
got to
tough.
remember
You
it.
got to remember
You
to
gotta
sing it
remember
into a recorder.
I
or
finally
something.
learned how at one time I had this little old keyboard
Yeah.
that you got at Radio Shack in
So
the
you
office.
play it till you got the tune?
Yeah, and I'm not a keyboard player either, but I know where the notes are, so
Yeah.
you could kind of peck it out till you get the notes, and then I'd get Wendell Hartman to play it for me. You know, you know, so here, this is what I want to sound like.
It's
How
good
was
to
that
know a
good?
genius like Wendell Hartman.
Yeah.
He can do those kind of things.
Oh yeah, but I found out that what you do is you leave a pad and a piece of paper
Everywhere you go.
somewhere where you have to get out of bed to go get it.
Yeah, and then
And
you
when
wake
you
up.
do that, if it's important enough for you to get out of bed to go get it and write something down, then you have it. By the time you get there, you're awake enough to make sense. And the next morning, sometimes you can figure it out.
That's good. If you make it a habit of that, I guess you would get so that you got a little bit better at it every time.
Right. And this morning I told Fran, we woke up and I said, I've worked all night last night on a specific task, and it was everything was working great, and it was something to do about a television production is what it was that I was thinking about, and when I woke up it all just disappeared,
And just blew up in smoke.
and I'd worked all night on it,
Yeah.
you know. So
Woke
I
up feeling exhausted. Worked all
yeah,
night.
and it all just disappears, just gone.
That's tough.
That's okay.
Yeah, but
The next one
I
that
think
comes
the
along
beauty
might be
of it-
better.
The beauty of it is that you're always thinking about stuff like that.
I was going down the road the other day, and this is pretty cool because I write with my friend of mine, Tim Daly, and we've written several things together. And I was going down the road the other day, leaving here, going to the cemetery, and turning to go downtown to the bank. And I saw this tall, thin, dark tan young man, straight up, no shirt, jogging shorts, and he was running, and it was 100 degrees, and he was running down the sidewalk. No sweat. And I looked over there at him, and my thought was, well, that used to be me.
And there you go. There's a song right there.
And I started working on that, and Tim called about some stuff we're having recorded and are doing some demos on yesterday, and I gave him that line, and I fleshed it out just a little bit. He went crazy over it. He said, "Oh man, do you mind if I have part of that? Can I work with you on that?"
You know, the final results when
so
that's
it's funny
done.
how that stuff just pops up because I looked over there because I used to do that. I mean, when I was young like that, I ran a lot.
And you could take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off and look fine, and not look like one of those old gorillas that you see out in the jungle, you know, the old ones. So yeah, it's funny how that stuff just kind of shows up.
Well, I think you have that gift.
I don't know. It's just
It is a
my
gift.
mind runs.
Did that start when you were young? Younger?
I don't know. I've always liked the phrase.
I had a grandmother who spoke in rhyme a lot, and when I was married to, I was always married to Ralph, but anyway, when we were overseas, she would send me letters, and there always was poems. You know, she would start writing, and then before I knew it, she was turning it all into rhyme.
Right.
That was just
It's fun.
I got from her, yeah.
It's fun, and it's a challenge. It's sort of like a little mental exercise that you do, and it keeps your mind kind of sharp, I guess.
She was unique. I think about her a lot, and I think I may have told you this, but she would write me letters on the back of a brown paper bag or an envelope that she'd broken open, never waste anything. Well, once I got this letter from her, and it just went on and on. There was not one period, not one comma. She went on and on and on the front and on the back, and then at the bottom, after she said, "Love, Mama Lewis, P.S. You can punctuate this at your leisure. I know you have more time than I do." You know, I just thought she'd forgotten how to punctuate. She was a cool person.
That's good.
Influenced me a lot. And she loved poetry. She was great at poetry.
Well, even when I punctuate stuff, I have to give it to Fran, and she repunctuated at her leisure, and it usually looks like she gutted a hog. You know, there's more red on it than there is white and black on the paper.
She's good at that, though.
Oh yeah, she's
really good
phenomenal at getting things right like that because she's written so many newsletters and done so much work on that type of stuff. Plus, you know, she's very unique in numerous ways, but one thing is numbers. She absolutely
good at
never
numbers.
forgets a number. I can ask her either one of your phone numbers,
and she can rattle it off.
she can tell me what it is.
Well, see, I'm lost. When people send me a text and they don't sign their name and all I have is a phone number, I never know who that is.
No,
Do you get any of those?
Yeah.
And they don't sign their name like you've got 4 million phone numbers memorized?
You should not memorize, but she does. And she was reading a book, this has been about 3 or 4 years ago, that had some words in it. And her vocabulary is incredible because she bought another dictionary because she couldn't find the words that were in that book.
So she got
in the dictionary that she had, and so she found bought a more modern dictionary. But she'll go through spells of, you know, reading the dictionary and learning a new word every week and using it.
That's good.
Until she brings it into her speech patterns and has that word to use at the proper time, which I think is just phenomenal. I don't work that hard at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Well, there was no reason for us to. I can remember trying to do that at one point in my life, but the people we run with.
They gotta have it. It's got to be simple, right?
Yeah, it didn't really matter, you know.
Spot run.
You know.
But Bubba don't care.
Well, no, and plus, you know, when you're doing
true.
stuff on the stage when people are having fun, you got to dumb it down as much as you can.
You got to dumb it down. There you go.
Oh yeah.
And I actually, and it's been a long time ago, when I ran for office, they told me that I needed to.
Spruce up your vocabulary
no,
or
actually,
dumb it down?
They told me I needed to dumb it down because I was acting like
And
I was
you're
speaking like I was a little bit aloof, you know.
Oh, and so you had to stay on the
And
common man's level.
Now I've totally lost that line.
That aloof is gone.
Yeah, that
We don't even know what that means anymore.
That whole life is gone.
Yeah. So, speaking about that, we've got a little film on today's show. Rooster and the Red Maiden did a little performing this weekend.
Good.
Down at the River Cafe. They did a show down there, and we went down and ate and had a good time. And they were just, their band is, of course, they don't have a band. So they have tracks that they sing to, and it's wonderful that nowadays you can take a laptop or a little iPad, plug it in,
with it, yeah.
plug it into an amplifier and you've got a band. And their band's called the Invisibles.
Yeah, that's cute.
Rooster, Red Maiden, and the Invisibles. But we had a good time down there. We'll show you all kinds of stuff coming up. We're getting ready to have a party, a 50-year-old anniversary party out at UTSI, and Buddy's here today to talk about that. All kinds of different things going on. We're going to have a lot of music on the show today because we love music here at Charter Channel 6. We'll be right back after this commercial break and bring you all the good news from the whole area. Be right back.
It's a Kia Cadenza kind of day at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. This luxurious Kia has too many features to mention, with prices starting as low as $33,943. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. We have a huge selection to choose from here at Russell Barnett Kia, and mention this ad and receive an additional $500 off your next Kia Cadenza purchase. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now on the set Buddy Moore. And Buddy is the Executive Director of the University of Tennessee Space Institute in Tullahoma, which is, for years and years, has been a great, great asset of this community. And I think you guys have got something real special going on out there.
Oh, we do. Thursday and Friday, September 11 and 12, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Institute. And Thursday is for fun. We've got barbecue, picnic, bands playing all afternoon. Then that evening, Henry Cho, the comedian, will put on a show. And after that, we have fireworks. Friday's a more serious day, but it's still going to be fun. The morning is historical and anecdotal type presentations. I'm not really that involved in planning that, but it's beginning to look to me like a roast. I'm not sure who's going to get roasted.
Yeah.
And then students have presentations in the afternoon. Friday evening is a dinner. We'll have the chancellor, we'll have all sorts of dignitaries from the university and local. That'll be here in this building, in the Legends Ballroom. That'll be at 6, and really would love for everybody to come. All of this is open.
And like you know, I mentioned before, this has been a great asset to this community, and we're very, very fortunate to have that here. It just doesn't seem possible that it's been here for 50 years.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed. Now, I've only been here 5 years, but I've never seen anything quite like this. I go out into the community. I may speak at a Kiwanis Club meeting. There's always someone there who earned a degree at the Institute.
Exactly.
Always.
My daughter has got her master's degree at UTSI, and she got a master's degree in chemical engineering and works in some kind of investment finance, and I'm not sure how that's connected, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You know, I was looking at a picture that somebody sent me about a class reunion that I personally have coming up, and I'm thinking, you know, I thought UTSI had just opened up when that happened, and actually it had, yes.
I've got that same anniversary coming up
right.
this coming year.
And you tell us a little bit about UTSI, about the organization. It's an Institute of Higher Learning, obviously, but elaborate.
I'm glad to. UTSI is a satellite campus of UT Knoxville. It is primarily graduate education and research. It was put there originally to support Arnold Engineering Development Center, and it has, there have been over 2,200 graduate degrees earned there, over 500 from and employees at the base, and of that, well over 250 doctoral degrees have been earned.
Unbelievable.
It's quite a place.
And how many students are there at any one time? I got the sense that it's pretty specialized, you know, and you're focused. You know.
It is very specialized. Right now, we have primary thrust areas in aerospace engineering, mechanical engineering. We have some biomedical engineering. We have another area called engineering management. Oh.
We must be having a malfunction on the mic.
It could easily be me.
No, I think we'll blame it on equipment failure.
We have engineering management, which is an online type program where we reach a large number, probably close to 100 students off campus as well as students on campus. We have a program called Flight Test Engineering that's on campus, but also out here at the airport, and that is a significant program.
Does that teach you how to fly or something?
No, you don't even have to fly to be a flight test engineer. But we do have that opportunity.
Yeah.
So there is an aero club, an aviation club.
Right. So, you know, it's phenomenal when you think of the number of people, because it is such a specialized institute, obviously deals with engineering primarily more than anything else. Is that correct?
Yes, there's some physics that supports engineering, but primarily it is engineering.
Yeah, okay. And that's, considering Arnold Center is here, that's quite appropriate as well.
It's very, very appropriate.
So, you know, you say you've been there 5 years, and a lot of people I know have been through that institute, both faculty and students over the years, but I can imagine for you, that's got to be a good job just because of the location. I mean, that is a beautiful location for that campus out there.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's the jewel of the Tennessee higher education. That campus is just gorgeous. And really, really, I think people should come out and see it.
Right.
We've gone through an orange campaign. We are UT Orange, and people just wouldn't believe.
I'm going to have to see that because it wasn't always that way. No, it didn't reflect necessarily the school colors of UT.
Well, what we did, we did this orange campaign. It just happens to coincide with the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And both, you know, we turned this over to the employees, the students, and the staff there. And they organized, and everything that's been done has been them.
Yeah.
I just sat back in amazement.
Yeah.
We've encountered and uncovered incredible talent,
Outstanding.
which I think is just amazing.
Yeah, outstanding. And how you really got it right there, because how appropriate for the 50th anniversary, for goodness sakes, I'm going to
Yes.
tell you. You know, okay. Now, let's, we told them the dates and times when we started here. Let's kind of go back and remind them of that as we
Okay.
conclude here, so that, because you said one thing very important. It's open to the public. And a lot of folks, including myself, haven't been to that campus in a while.
Okay. Thursday, September 11, we have barbecue. We have bands, regional bands. Some of these are quite good, that will be playing all afternoon on the campus. That evening, we'll have Henry Cho, the comedian, and some fireworks. Cho's, I think, is $25. 10 and under is free. And he's very, very family friendly.
Absolutely. He's been around here
Yes,
a few times.
I've heard that.
People
And
will know.
if you're coming in for the picnic and the barbecue and the outside, it's like $15.
Yeah, right.
And children 10 and under free.
Yeah.
Friday is, just come and spend as long as you want. The dinner Friday evening, that'll be $30, which that's not bad.
Not at all.
And so go to the website, our website. It's utsi.edu. And on that front page is all the information, the calendaring, the whole list.
Okay. All right. Great celebration coming up, folks, of one of the landmarks of our community here. I can't believe you've redone it in orange. We're gonna have to see that. We're gonna have to see that. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing that with us today. We appreciate it very much. You need to get out there for that, folks. For goodness sakes, it's going to be a great event. We'll be right back with more living right after this.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary, humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
All right, folks, welcome back. And as I said earlier, we love music around here, and we're fortunate in our area to have a lot of music venues and a lot of great people that we have access to because of our proximity to Nashville. A couple of weeks ago at South Jackson Civic Center, a gentleman named Richard Smith, who is probably one of 5 or 6 people in the world who can do what he does on a guitar, did a show with his wife, who was a cellist, and they performed at South Jackson Civic Center. And I just want you to see what you missed if you weren't there. Richard Smith.
It's the piano player's part. I'm doing the piano player's part with my fingers here, just with these 3 fingers here. Here comes the guitar player's part with my thumb right here.
Fit for Life Tullahoma. Join the Urgent Team Get Fit Tullahoma Health Fair and Fitness Expo Saturday, September 13th at Northgate Mall from 9 until noon. Speak to health professionals, receive free health screenings, see different types of fitness demos, and more. And this year, we've introduced green vendors. Learn about sustainable energy and recycling. Don't miss this free and fun-filled morning for the whole family. Come out and see us Saturday, September 13th at Northgate Mall.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special? or perhaps something just for yourself, then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Trucks! Trucks!
The #1 selling truck for 35 years straight, the Ford F-Series, can be found at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. We have a huge selection of over 100 trucks to choose from, with Ford manufactured rebates and incentives up to $10,000 or 0% financing available. Now is the time to buy. So come on down to Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester, and remember,
trucks! Trucks!
And more trucks! Why buy anywhere else?
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back. It's time for brides again.
It is.
Samantha Terrell Waters is here with me today, and this is the fall bridal show.
The fall bridal show, that's it.
Where's it going to be this year?
It's going to be at the Manchester Coffee County Conference Center, and it's coming up this Sunday.
Oh, it's already this week?
Yes, it's this Sunday, September 7th.
Conference Center's right behind the Holiday Inn, so
exactly.
In Manchester on I-24.
It's right off of I-24.
You can't miss it.
Off of 114,
that's a great place to do it.
It is. It's a great place, and it's from 1 to 4. And the best part is it's absolutely free.
Oh, you're kidding?
No, it's free for the brides, and they can bring, you know, their groom, their parents, their friends, their bridal party, whoever they want to help them make decisions and just get ideas.
Like dresses? Can the bride try on a dress, or does she just look at?
I believe there'll be catalogs there, and they'll also there's everything from wedding cakes to the actual decor that you can have at your wedding, and much more. There's everything you can think of. You could actually plan your bridal show, your bridal, wedding from that
together that day.
Exactly.
Hair, makeup,
and there's gifts for the bridal party.
And honeymoon travel. I saw that on there. Sweet Tea Bakery.
Exactly. That's cakes.
Name.
Yes, they make beautiful cakes.
I love it.
And there's even musicians going to be there. Rooster and the Red Maiden.
Rooster and the Red Maiden are going to show up and possibly sing a song or two.
And perform.
Yeah, that's great.
Exactly.
This is, how many years have y'all been doing this?
This is our 5th bridal show. I believe it's our 4th year
and I think
we've done
last year it was here in Tullahoma.
We do one in the spring.
In the spring, and then it's only fair to move it to Manchester for the fall.
To cover all of Coffee County.
And, do you find that, I'm sure there's florists, but do you find the brides coming up with real original sort of color schemes and things like that?
Well, they come to the bridal shows not only to discover their own wedding ideas, but also to learn what's happening
in the bridal
in this year. A lot of times, I think it was last year, gray and yellow are very popular colors for weddings, so that they could see, you know, displays made of those colors.
Well, I'm assuming that Rooster is going to be showing his polka dot bow ties.
He has his bow ties as well. That's it.
I think that's clever. I really do think it's clever, because it seems like the men, in a way, get left out at weddings sometimes.
Right.
Because it's okay, you got a tux and you go get it, and that's it. And the women get all this time and bridesmaids and all this stuff.
It's true, and that's why we actually have gifts at the bridal show.
Oh, you do?
Brides who pre-register are registered to win extra prizes.
Good.
And we also give away jewelry and also tickets to sporting events, because we know the groom doesn't necessarily want jewelry.
Well, and he needs to do something nice for his groomsmen.
Exactly.
And maybe they can get past that party with the naked dancers and go to a ball
They can go
game.
to a sporting event.
Yeah,
that would be better.
A sporting event. That would be great.
Bride approved.
Are y'all still Are y'all still looking for vendors?
We can take more exhibitors as well.
And do we give them the price for?
They can find out all the details about it by going on to WMSRradio.com.
Okay.
And they can find a vendor form there. And brides can also pre-register at WMSRradio.com.
Okay, now if they pre-register, does that get them into the ability to win a prize?
Right, it gives them
something?
extra prizes.
Okay.
We have more prizes for those who are
Plus, if
planning in advance.
Yeah, if they pre-register, then your vendors get an idea of some of the brides.
Right,
and
how many to
possibly what
prepare
they're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've noticed recently some new sort of things on Facebook. Some photographers are putting some really cute pictures of brides and grooms on Facebook.
We
and
have great photographers coming to this event
that's
as well.
always good. That's always good.
Definitely.
And I remember I had a photographer friend that's dead now, but he said the photography is so important because that's the one thing that's definitely going to last.
That's true.
And you know, looking back on the pictures is real special. So
it's true. There's so many things that happen in that one day.
Exactly.
And there's so much pressure to get to that one day.
To get to that
and
one
that's
day.
why we bring everybody under one roof. You know, you save
That's
a lot of
so much
time,
easier.
a lot
you
of gas.
You don't have to drive all the way to Nashville and then wait in line at some bridal store. You can get it all right here in one place. And I'm assuming if you see a gown that you love, you can be measured and order it probably right there.
I'm sure these are professionals.
Yeah,
They know their business.
They know what they're doing.
And they can definitely help.
This is not their first walk in the park, so to speak.
And it's absolutely free. And a lot of bridal shows aren't.
Yeah.
But we want to provide this for the brides. We want to make them feel special.
When you say we, who are you representing?
I'm representing Thunder Radio.
Thunder Radio.
And the
I knew
Ticket
that,
Sports
actually,
Radio.
But I just thought you ought to give them a plug.
Yes, we put this on every year, twice a year, so that we can connect brides with local great vendors who can help them.
And sometimes you have vendors that are kind of nondescript and you don't hear as much about them as the big places that you might read about in the newspaper.
A lot don't have storefronts.
No.
And that's why these events are so important in order to get their face out in the community, to be able to shake hands with brides.
Oh, yeah.
And help them.
And I would encourage the groom's parents to come also.
Yes.
It's not just about the bride and her parents.
We had our first father of the groom come at our spring bridal show. Yes, we did.
Well, I encourage them to do that because they need to be very special in these wedding plans. I was lucky when my son got married that his wife, although I was the mother of the groom, and she lived in California, she was very careful to keep me informed. And she would send me pictures. Do you like this dress? And I think that's really special. And I think you do find the groom's parents now possibly getting a little more involved. Of course, you went through it recently.
I did. I got to take my mother-in-law to the bridal show, which was fun.
And that was fun. And that was sweet of you to do that. I
It's
think
neat.
that
It's a great bonding experience to come to.
So has it been worth it?
It has.
You love being married.
I do, and we picked our cake out at the bridal show.
Did you really?
Yes, my husband said, that's the one.
And so he got to put his bid in for the cake. And I think he probably would not have had that opportunity had you not had the bridal fair with all these things. Well, it sounds to me like it's going to be a wonderful event, and it is this Sunday. And I noticed there is also a phone number.
Yes.
728-1320, and you can call that number to become a vendor?
To become a vendor or to find out more details about the show. And it's this Sunday from 1 to 4 at the Manchester Coffee County Conference Center.
And I think that even if you don't have a bride, but you may be invited to a bridal shower, you might be interested in going and just see what's out there.
Definitely.
I mean, you know,
it's free education is what it is about the bridal industry right now.
Plus a fun day out. Maybe some of those cake and
and there's definitely
maybe
samples.
They have some snacks. Maybe they have some snacks. So you go by and pick up a snack and have a good time. Well, it's a wonderful time in a person's life, and it should be special. And I think it's very nice of Thunder Radio to come up with this idea.
We treat them like princesses as soon as they step in the door. And I won't give all the details because it is a bit of a surprise when they arrive.
Cool things that happen that you don't have to tell them. They just
they are royalty that day.
Well, Samantha, as always, you come with the most exciting news.
Thank you.
And I love how you're so excited about it.
I am.
You get enthusiastic about everything you do, and that's why you're a good salesman.
Thank you.
So, if you want to register for the bridal event that's coming off at the Manchester Conference Center this Sunday, you need to either go online at
WMSRradio.com
or call that number that's on the screen. Thanks, Samantha.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it's time for our history lesson with Bob Couch. Let's go to this week's Millennium Moment.
Good morning, all you wonderful folks in TV land. Thank you, camera gentlemen and camera lady, for putting a good, sharp, clear, colorful, contrasted picture on the screen. We always like to have something good to show, and hopefully and prayerfully you'll appreciate the history of Tullahoma and some of the things that we've shared with you in the past. Today is kind of a continuation of last week because we ran out of time, and we were talking about the conveniences of present day and inconveniences of days of old, like the old wash pot out in the backyard, and now today with the washing machines, and I think we may have mentioned that had to carry our wet laundry out and hang it on the fence or the clothesline, but now we put it in that dryer, either electric or gas dryer, and have our towels all fluffy and warm and ready to go again. And you could do probably as much work in just a short time for several loads of clothes to wash and dry as you probably would take all day with the old pot and the clothesline and that sort of thing. But there are other conveniences in the home that have made life much, much easier, especially for the lady of the house. For example, remember the dish pan, and that you had to again heat your water with a tea kettle on the stove, and get the wash dish pan all full of dirty dishes and scrub them and all that kind of business. And then they had another pan to rinse them, and the soap off, and then a clear one to to rinse them again, and then get your tea towel and dry them and put them up. Nowadays, that wonderful appliance, the electric automatic dishwasher, just to fill it up for several meals and put those dishes in there and put the little detergent down in a little cup and push the button and turn her on, and then you could just store your dishes there if you want to. You could put them up in the shelf, but by the time you got everything all cleaned up, you're almost ready to set the table again for another meal. So just take them right out of the dishwasher, and they're clean. And one of the good parts about an electric dishwasher, with the high temperature of the water, they're much cleaner and sterilized. So those that have electric dishwashers have much healthier family, you see. Other things in the kitchen, in the early days, you had that little key-like thing to open cans with, and then came the pliers-type can opener. But now, guess what? You have that wonderful electric can opener that'll take a little bitty can or the biggest can, like the 32-ounce can of coffee. That'll take that top right off of there in a matter of seconds. It makes it real easy for you to do. And other things too, such as what did we do before paper towels? Gosh, we'd use an old rag, or maybe a tea or a worn-out towel, or a tea towel, and now that wonderful paper towels that's right there on the rack, just like, you know, the bathroom tissue that's so handy, rather than the Sears catalog that is right there, soft, warm, and convenient for you. All those wonderful conveniences of home. That and to the broom, the mop, those things have given way to the electric vacuum cleaner that scrubs your rug so good and clean and takes the dust off the floors. And then they even have, you know, the water vacuum cleaners now that'll do your linoleum or your wooden floor. It's so clean and electric that you don't have to exert a lot of interest or energy rather, to get a job well done. So many wonderful things around the house that are beneficial. The doorbell. You used to have to beat on the door if you went and visit somebody, and then if they didn't have a wind-up door knocker or a bell, big bell on there, guess what? They've got the electric bells now, push button, even with chimes. Isn't that convenient and beautiful? And speaking of chimes and remote, you remember in the early days when television first came to Tullahoma? It was in September of 1950. And everything was black and white at the time. Those big old monstrous table sets, they were heavy, and they'd roll. If the signal was weak, they'd roll, and you'd have to touch the horizontal button and the vertical button hole to make them stay. And if an airplane came over or a truck came by your house, it messed up the picture on your screen. But nowadays, you've got a good, sharp, clear picture, and even better, you've got remote control. You don't have to get up and down to change channels or change the volume or anything else like that. So many conveniences that we take for granted today. And one last thing, I guess you'd be hard put to find an automobile where you change gears on it. I guess the antique automobile collectors have plenty of those. But now all your cars come with automatic transmission, and you just put on the gas and get going with automatic everything. Radio, air conditioning, remote control on everything. We sure do thank you for watching, and listen, this is not the last of the story, because there's a whole lot more to come, and we hope you have a real good day.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Don't risk losing the Social Security disability benefits you have earned. I'm Russell Hedges with Moore & Hedges Attorneys at Law. I bring over 25 years of experience and dedication to your case. My Social Security team will walk you through the process. We can increase your chances of winning and maximize the benefits due to you. If we do not win, you will not owe us a fee. Call me, Russell Hedges, with Moore & Hedges Attorneys at Law for maximum returns and minimum concerns.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
Welcome back, folks, and it's all about music. I told you it would be. We're getting ready to talk to the producer of the Ultimate Oldies, and the Ultimate Oldie is sitting over here next to him, and that's Jamie Harden and Cliff Roberts.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes, sir.
You're at it again, aren't you, buddy?
We are. Brand new show this year. So.
It's going to be happening that's happening the whole month of September, right?
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
This is at the MAC.
Yes, sir.
And that's in Manchester. For you folks who don't know, that's the Manchester Arts Center over there.
Right off the square on Main Street there.
Tell us about the show.
Well, we've done a little different this year. Like I say, we're doing a whole month of shows, 8 shows. It's every Friday and Saturday in September at 7:30. It's a brand new show. We've had lots of people ask us, it's the same show? No, it's totally different. Every song's new.
Harder show.
Yeah, it's a little more difficult, but
he's having to crack the whip a lot.
Yeah, I've had to get on him a little bit. Sometimes we leave not as good friends as we did when we got there.
Peggy Burton's sitting over there smiling because, when you're the producer of a show, there's certain things that you have to expect from people. And one of them's be on time and know your material and, don't show up not knowing what to do, and because it stops everybody else's progress.
It does.
Well, after
can't be a friend and a producer at the same time.
Well, I've learned it's easier to make friends out of musicians than it is to make musicians out of friends. No, we got a great group, good group of people, and we're excited about it. We've got an all new Motown and a British Invasion section this year, a tribute to that. So it's going to be a totally new experience.
Good. How many people are in the cast this year?
Well, we've got about 26, counting the band and everybody. And we added Cynthia.
Right.
You know her, I guess. Great violin player.
That's the only way we can get him to come to a show.
Yeah, get Cynthia in it.
Nah, you know better than that. I've been to shows over there.
She's really added a new dimension to it, especially in the Motown stuff. A lot of strings in the Motown stuff.
Right.
And it's just been a really good addition for us. So.
She's incredible, and of course this is my daughter-in-law that they're talking about. But she's incredible to be able to take and listen to something.
Right.
And find the violin pieces, places in there to play to where this all fits in the way it's supposed to be and doesn't sound like it's being forced.
Right.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
She knows when to play, when not to.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's one I could just trust. I gave her a CD and a little bit of music. Said, "Here, I trust you," and that's all I had to do.
Yeah. Well, she's a professional, and when you deal with professionals at what they do, that is what they do.
Right.
And you have a lot of players that think they're players and think they don't need to practice, and think they know how to play the music, but it might not be the way you want it played.
Exactly.
And you're the producer,
right?
And a friend of mine, Stephen Darden, I told Stephen one time, he's a great singer, and he said he sang something and it was different than what it usually was. And he said, I sang it the Stephen way. And I said, well, let me tell you what. One of these days you're going to be on Broadway, and you're going to walk up in front and do it the Stephen way, and they're going to show you the back door because that guy doesn't care about the Stephen.
That's right.
You know, sometimes it's good to be talented and it's good to experiment, but when you're working with a group of people, and particularly a producer who knows what he wants, how he wants it to go, then that's what you're supposed to play. And that's when you show yourself as a true professional.
Exactly. That's a challenge when you have to, something you've been singing the same way for years, and you have to change it according to the way that whoever the producer wants it. That shows if you got some talent.
If you got some skills, you got chops, that's when you got them.
But it's like I say, it's all new. We're still doing all the classic rock and roll, Chuck Berry, Elvis, Beatles, Buddy Holly, doo-wop, still got that, the girl groups, and then, like I say, we're really excited about the Motown and the British Invasion stuff. It's a little bit, some of it's a little different. We've never done this stuff before, so it's been a lot of fun doing it.
Well, let's see. That's going to be 8. That's going to be 8 nights during the month of September.
Yes.
You've done 3 weekends before.
Right.
Do you have good luck filling the room up for 3 weekends?
Yeah, we really do. We just this time wanted to kind of give our group a Sunday off because it's kind of hard. 9 shows. We're actually doing 8 shows. We're doing one less show, but we're doing it over
another weekend.
It keeps everybody fresh.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. How's your help? I'm sure you have help. And thoughts about your sets and what you use. Are you going to use sort of the same set construction
it's new.
Set pieces, or do you have some new stuff?
It's all new. Everything is new this
year. Great. That's great, because I know that's another component that a whole lot of people don't think about. You look up on stage and you see a 45 that's 6 feet in diameter. Somebody's got to construct that thing.
Right.
And when you just look up there at it, you say, isn't that cool? Well, yeah, it's cool. Somebody might have spent 25, 30 hours manufacturing that for you.
There's a lot of time that goes into it, laying the groundwork. We work on this stuff pretty much constantly. I've already got 3 or 4 different ideas for next year. I'm constantly always thinking. And
one of the things, and this is not free advertising, but it is free advertising, and I'm more than willing to do that and happy to do it. But you're in the sign business, and so you have the skills and a lot of the tools, and parts and pieces laying around, scrap and stuff that you can. When you have an idea, you can experiment and go, hey, I think this can work or not work, and that's a wonderful thing to have. On your side is that you have those skills.
Well, the whole stage is set up on my computer.
Sure.
It looks just like it did on my computer.
Right.
That's an advantage we have.
Well, sure it is, and that's Hardin Sign, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Where is that?
We're on Lincoln Street in Manchester, behind the credit union.
And you've been in the sign business for how long?
Oh gosh, my dad started in 1966. So.
Do you still do those? Redwood cutouts and sandblasted stuff,
sure
and I know I got some of that stuff from y'all one time. It was great. It was great. So, if you need a sign, Hardin Sign. We'll just go ahead and give you a little spot. What about you, Fuzz? What do you want from them? You want to do a little sprinkling work?
I'll tell you, Robert's Irrigation Service.
There you go. There you go.
This is the company and everything.
This is the company. You show up in your leather jacket.
That's right.
There you go. That's the Ultimate Oldies Show, folks. It's in Manchester, Tennessee, at the MAC. It'll be every Friday and Saturday night this month, starting at 7:30. With a cast of thousands and wonderful fun. And these 2 guys right here will make sure that you have a good time. So don't you miss it. Yeah, go to the website.
Millennium Rep.
MillenniumRep.org, and you can buy tickets there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, you can see
Ultimate Oldies. There it is, right there. The ultimate, and the oldie. We'll be right back, folks.
Are
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
All right, folks, I told you earlier it's all about music today. We're going to take you now to the River Cafe to a performance this last Saturday night of The Rooster and the Red Maiden and their band, The Invisibles.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have joining us now Winston Brooks, who is our community coordinator here in Tullahoma. I just found out from Winston. Winston and I like to talk about the weather, but for goodness sakes, it's just hot, Winston. That's all you can say.
Well, and humid.
And humid. That's
right.
Right. So, but I also learned, and Winston is kind of an expert on just about any subject you want to talk about.
That's right.
I also learned prior to coming on the air today that Winston's a graduate of the University of Tennessee and actually attended the game this past Saturday. So, you're expert in analysis of that situation.
Well, it was one of the more enjoyable games that I've seen UT play in a while. And their passing game, they were able to fire off quickly. They were able to actually receive it, get positive yardage. And as you know, I think the final score was 31-7, so it looked good. But they still got a little work left to do on the running game. And, you know, I love the new coach.
Yes.
There was a ton of excitement up there, full sellout crowd, even in the rain. And so I'm looking forward to a good year. They've got one of the toughest schedules in the SEC.
Yes, absolutely.
And Alabama
one
has
of the toughest in the nation, like
the easiest.
Fourth, or,
And Alabama has the easiest schedule.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So, but what a great experience to get up there, and the university campus has undergone so many changes, just even in the last 5 years, that if you haven't been up there in a while, you wouldn't recognize it.
You know, and also it looked like to me there's I concur, a little less than 100 yards, 98 yards rushing or something like that. That's going to have to improve, but probably will. They've got the horses to do that. But also a lot of enthusiasm from their freshman players and first-year players out there. The Dylan Bates kid was recovered the fumble. Amazing.
A lot of true freshmen on the teams, and Worley seemed to be able to manage the football and lead the team in a way that I think he continued to do so. They seem to have some respect for him.
Yes.
And I was glad to see the punter not get injured on that one. That was a little bit scary when he landed on this outside of his foot.
Exactly.
So that'll be fun to watch this SEC season.
Yeah, a good chance to pick up another win this Saturday too. So anyway,
Will you ever go to the games?
Well, we do high school football on Saturday mornings here at the studio for Shelbyville and Tullahoma. So it's usually we're not able to get. We don't finish till around noon, so it's really too late.
Well, this was an interesting experience too, being on Sunday night. It's only the second time they've ever done a Sunday night game. So it was a little different experience, but once everybody sort of got in there, you couldn't tell what night it was.
Yeah, exactly. And nice to know that it was a sellout. Okay, they're getting ready to flip our card over there. We haven't even started on how we actually came here.
I've got some great things to share with you, Jim, and it's, as always, great to be here at Charter Channel 6.
We appreciate it, too.
You know, coming up, we've got the Urgent Team Get Fit Tullahoma Health Fair, which will be coming up Saturday, September 13th at Northgate Mall, 9 till noon. Come out. There's going to be free screenings, fitness expos. We've added the green vendors this year, so we got recycling. We've got the Keep Coffee County Beautiful. We've got TUB coming out. Stan McNabb's going to bring a Volt out there. So there's going to be a lot of excitement going on. So while you're out Saturday morning, just swing in there and catch some of the excitement. There's some prizes. We're giving away free Kindle Fire HD. It's a great, do you have a device? iPad, Kindle?
No. People in my family have.
Okay, well, this is your chance to win one, Jim. I just want to mention a couple people. We do have Dr. John Petty coming out. We've got U.S. Marines doing their competition. We've got the Coffee County Senior Line Dancers at 10 o'clock doing some line dancing. We have other vendors include the Cedar Lane Counseling Center affiliate office. We've got Carol Williams. We've got Nakia Campbell, who's a massage therapist. Boy, she is fantastic. We've got the Anti-Drug Coalition coming out, Tullahoma Locally Grown, Beachbody, CrossFit, Tullahoma Drugstore, and others that will be there that specialize in health, fitness, and green sustainable issues. Okay. So we want to encourage everyone to come out. It's free, and a lot of chances to win prizes and have a good time.
Okay.
I want to tell you one other thing, Jim, that we've got coming up, okay?
All right.
This is great. In terms of fitness, Lose to Win is getting started in Tullahoma next week at East Middle School. Tonight, if you turn the TV off now and get out to East Middle School, it starts at 7 p.m.
Yes.
But you can still get in throughout the week. So that'll be happening. It'll be the first time they do that in Tullahoma.
Okay.
And one other thing, too, about Get Fit is we had the Couch to 5K, which also will be starting tonight at 6:30. So you'll have to hit it next Monday night out at the high school. We had 98 people show up for that program.
Great.
That's really exciting. So people were excited about that. I'm glad to see that. But this Thursday, down at the South Jackson Civic Center, as you know, great facility from 4 until 6 p.m. That's Thursday, September 4th. We're having a meet and greet. So Tullahoma Mayor Lane Curley and the Board of Mayor of Aldermen are inviting everyone to come down and meet the newly elected officials from Tullahoma and from Coffee County. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be catered by Chick-fil-A. So we'll have some great sweet tea, lemonade, and light hors d'oeuvres from Chick-fil-A. And I just want to mention a couple of obviously the Tullahoma officials. We don't have any surprises there, but just so folks have a chance to come out and meet their Coffee County officials, we've got the new mayor, Gary Cordell, Mark Kelly, Tim Stubblefield, Kimberly Martin, Jackie Duncan, Barbara Buckner, Rush Bricken, the judges, Tim Brock, Jerry Ledsinger, John Marchisoni, Teresa McFadden, Donna Toney, Heather Duncan, Steve Graves, Benton Bartlett, Pat Barton, Sandy Clonaris, those are the county school board members, and we have these constables, Jerry Vandergriff, Brian Coate, and Terry Clark. So just about everybody in the viewing area in Coffee County will have one of the representatives there that they can come talk, meet and greet, and we encourage everyone to come out and check it out.
All right. And you know, this is a great opportunity. Hey, Winston, did you just notice they gave us 3 minutes back here? You know,
they did. How about that? I was rushing through that. Well, we'll just relax then.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No problem.
I like it when we do it that way.
I've got plenty more to talk about.
Yeah. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. A lot of folks in Tullahoma, particularly, don't necessarily notice who your county officials are. So this is a great opportunity for you guys to get out and meet your county officials, because it's pretty doggone important that you know who they are.
That's right. The county does a lot for our residents, and the city's got a great working relationship with them, and so it's really important for us to partner as two governmental agencies, and we need citizen support on both levels.
Sure. All right, election season is finally over. It seems like it's been going on, and it has since back May with the primary election. So
yeah, I'm glad we've gotten the local elections behind us. Now we can focus on the federal elections, which is still seems like a long ways off, but it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, be here before you know it in November. So.
I'm glad I'm not involved in those kind of politics. There's a lot going on that stage.
That's right. Probably not going to be. My guess is won't be a lot of big changes though. No, in our immediate area,
But Tullahoma's got a lot going on. So just check our website, our Facebook page. Then there's a lot of exciting developments that'll be going on. Today, I noticed there's a newspaper that's put out by the Tennessee Municipal League. It's called Tennessee Town and City, and they had picked up the fact that Tullahoma was ranked #1 for the micropolitan area in the state of Tennessee. Right. And so that's based on economic strength. And I think people will see in the near future, as Mayor Curley has said before, that there will be more developments that will be exciting, and just continue to make Tullahoma a great place to be.
You know, that's something we've never talked about. I don't think on this show, is Tullahoma being the #1, and the Tullahoma area being the #1 micropolitan area. And I guess that includes, is it not, Tullahoma and
it's Tullahoma and Manchester, and so it's Coffee County. Obviously, I like to focus on Tullahoma, but it is Coffee County, Moore County, and Franklin County.
I see.
So it's that group of people there that make up that micropolitan statistical area.
And I would say getting that designation might be helpful in recruiting industry and bringing new people to the area.
No doubt about that, because when manufacturers and other agencies are looking to locate a business here, a lot of their homework's already done. All they have to do is see who's at the top of that list there, because when they go and look at the metropolitan areas, they may like a metropolitan area, say Nashville, but then when they start looking at the cost of doing business, that's when they begin to go and look at the rural areas.
Yeah, okay, all right. Lots of things coming up, and Winston is our man who comes in and keeps you informed about that. We're trying to get you fit and get you healthy, it looks like here, Winston. Winston actually follows practices what he preaches to.
Yes, sir.
So anyway. All right. Winston, thank you so much for coming by. We'll be right there. Serious now. I think we are off. Yeah, okay, we're done. All right, we'll be right back right after this, folks.
Get Fit for Life, Tullahoma. Join the Urgent Team Get Fit Tullahoma Health Fair and Fitness Expo Saturday, September 13th at Northgate Mall from 9 until noon. Speak to health professionals, receive free health screenings, see different types of fitness demos, and more. And this year, we've introduced green vendors. Learn about sustainable energy and recycling. Don't miss this free and fun-filled morning for the whole family. Come out and see us Saturday, September 13th at Northgate Mall.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Grill 'em at Gillum's, Tullahoma.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Peggy, I want you to have that right there.
Thank you. That's some good water.
This is Aqua Hydrate, and this is, you can get this at your regular stores out there. And this is from Mid-South Distributing. Rick Garwey and his family have always helped us here on Channel 6. They're our water sponsor.
And they do a good job. And you know that people that are my age that are old and they think about heart trouble, I hear if you drink a bottle of water before you go to bed, drink one when you get up in the morning. Of course, you need to drink it all day, but that's supposed to be good for things like that.
Well, what it does is it gets all your stuff functioning.
Exactly.
You've been laying in bed all night and everything's kind of slowed down, and when you drink a bottle of water, it's sort of like
your metabolism.
fueling things.
But this is good water.
Yeah, it is good water. It has electrolytes, infused with electrolytes. Thank you, Rick Garwey and family, Mid-South Distributing. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take you to Beauty Lies in the Eyes of the Beholder, as done by John and Fran Gray at South Jackson Goes Country. Thank you and goodbye, folks. I'm 65 years old, folks, this year. What do you think about that? I never figured I'd make it that far. But I did, and I got a couple of things that happened to me in my 65th year. I got a new girl, a daughter. What do you think about that? Old man like me having a daughter at 65? Pretty strong, isn't it, huh? Well, here she comes up on this stage right now. And she's going to be playing with me along with another friend that's out there. Y'all come on up. The other thing that happened to me this year is 20 years ago, I wrote a song for my wife. This is Don Jones right here. And there's my lovely daughter, Cindy Gray, right there. And my bride, Fran, is going to come out right now. And 20 years ago, I wrote a song for her, excuse me, on our 19th wedding anniversary. And this year, it was picked up by Ray Price, the legendary classic country artist, and it is the title cut on his last album, Ray died of pancreatic cancer in December. And the name of the song is Beauty Lies in the Eyes of the Beholder, and I wrote it for her. And, you know, it's not often that a man gets to sing with the queen, is it? She's my queen all the time. Snowflakes when they fall, the babies cry, your hazel eyes, a night train's lonely call, starry nights, lightning strikes, wild horses running free, the world is filled with loveliness for those who care to see. fine lines that trace sweet memories